Stony Island Audio.
The video, forget it, is really dope. It looks like it's footage from what would have been y'all's like first tour.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
Super low budge. My man,
yo, it's
Matt
great.
Mateo Suarez, he was on the tour. We had him running around with us, just taking video footage the whole time. And yeah, that was a moment in time.
Mhm.
Definitely. That was like we were doing like 500 person rooms.
Yeah, it was definitely. You could tell it was a lot smaller, and y'all were just kind of feeling
hmm
it out. Do you have any
hmm
like memories of that, like, and big memories in terms of things that you were observing on that first Run the Jewels tour?
Yeah. Well, the first Run the Jewels tour was what we didn't even know if Run the Jewels was really going to be a thing.
Right.
So basically, the way that we did it, because we were not confident that Run the Jewels was the pull, we did it as LP and Killer Mike.
Uh huh.
So Mike would come out and do his solo set. I would come out and do my solo set. And we would walk off the stage and we'd come back and we do a Run the Jewels set. And when we started it, it was like Mike could do an hour, I'd do an hour, and then we'd cap it off with Run the Jewels, which is a long set for some fucking out of shape dudes on fucking, like at like 35. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but we were doing it, we were killing it. But the reason we did that was because we really didn't know if there was we just assumed that my name and Mike's name were bigger than Run the Jewels.
Hmm.
And we would come out and the Mike fans would be happy and the L fans would be happy, but there was this other group of kids there, and they were even younger. We were getting a bunch of kids that were legitimately younger than the audience that we were used to,
Right.
and a lot more women, because as everyone who's in the underground rap knows, it's
Yeah. Yeah. It's
it's a
not.
sausage party. Like
It
it's
is.
not apart from a few acts, there's not like a whole hell of a lot of women at underground rap shows traditionally. You saw a crowd of kids there that were like kind of politely having fun during the Mike and LP sets. But when we came out as Run the Jewels, it was like they didn't notice that we were the same people.
Wow.
And
It's
they
like you were in
said,
a phone booth, like Clark Kent. And
right, except we went into the phone booth and came out with the exact same clothing. Like the phone booth trick didn't work and shit. Like we're like, oh my god, someone's in trouble. Like go, you go in and you come out and you're just dressed exactly the same. But everyone treats you like you're Superman. Now, these fucking kids would just explode. It was the shit that got the whole room jumping. And we started to realize, like, oh shit, like the Run the Jewel shit right now is kind of popping. And I swear to God that those opening sets went from an hour to like 25
there you go. There it
minutes.
is. There it
Straight
is.
up. Like we were like, let's just get to the part where we're in this
Hmm.
run. Now they went to like 35 minutes each. And we were like, just get to this Run the Jewels shit. This was like, again, like 500 person capacity rooms. And for us, we were really happy with that. Before Run the Jewels, we were just like, man, if we can just play to 500 people a night, we can make some money doing what we love to do. We can hang out with the people that we love. That's a good life.
Yeah,
And we'll
it's a
take it.
beautiful life.
And,
Yeah.
and we'll take it. We had been through a whole lifetime of ambition and career and everything and settled on not anything less, but more like settled on some sort of peace of mind about this shit, like gratefulness, being grateful to get the chance to be on another tour. And I think that that's almost to some degree what Run the Jewels 1 was about. Like we were like, oh man, we'll make this record. And we were like, yeah, we could tour this shit. We just do this shit together. Boom, it's easy. Like we get to go out on the road again. Great excuse. Because for us individually, the way that touring would go would be like, when you're releasing like indie records in the indie scene and they're doing pretty well, critical acclaim, whatever.
Hmm.
But you ain't doing crazy numbers, but you get some festivals, you get a couple of tours, right?
Right.
You get to run around North America, then you get to hit Europe.
Hmm.
And if you're lucky, you get maybe Australia, maybe you get some other shit popping, but you do some festivals here and there, and that's your run.
You telling my
And
life, G.
so
You telling my life.
yeah, and it's a good run, but it's not that mythical shit that you heard about where you just tour
Hmm.
because the demand is there. It's like you kind of got a life to the record, and you do it. And Run the Jewels 1 was for us another extension. It was another extension of what we had just done to be able to go out on road again. So we went out on road and that happened, and we were looking at this shit, and that's when people started throwing the fist in the pistol.
Yeah.
And we were like, yo, this shit is kind of a fucking thing. And we were like great because it's fun for us. The music and the bop and the way and we performing together is really fun for us. By the time that tour ended, that was when it was like, huh, maybe we should just go, like, you want to go and do another one? Again, it just goes back to the fact that we didn't have any master plan. I think if you would have hypnotized us and asked us if we had hoped that it would have gone this way, we might have been able to articulate it. Like, yeah, I hope that this shit blows up and we get to run around and have this type of fun everywhere.
Stony Island Audio.